we're going to be looking at doing the curve of interpenetration of these two cylinders joining each other. Right, to start with, I've got the main cylinder over here, and this is called the branch pipe going into it. You'll see that I've got the branch pipe, and I've numbered it. This is an auxiliary view of the branch pipe at least, and I've numbered it number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right. What I need you to see is number 1 is sitting right up at the top over here. Obviously, if number 1 is at the top over here, number 7 will be down at the bottom. Where are those two numbers situated on the top view over here? Well, that would be number 1 sitting at the top and number 7 sitting at the bottom. Right, the next thing is to try and figure out, well, if that's the case, I'm going to place number 1 over here, and I'm going to place number 7 over there on this auxiliary view. The next step is to try and figure out where the other numbers go. Which way around do you number it? Do you go number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Or do you go in the opposite direction, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Which way is it? Okay, let's just go back to our basics. You've just done sections on lines and points in space. If I made that an XY axis over there, you can see over here, number 10 is furthest away from the XY axis. If that's the case, if I had to put an XY axis somewhere in over here, I could say, well, 10 is furthest away from the XY axis there, therefore 10 must be furthest away from the XY axis in this view. If that's the case, this is number 10 over here. What is on the opposite side of number 10? There is number 4, so that must be number 4 over there, in which case my numbering is going number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's incredibly important to get that numbering right, because when they start moving this, the axis of this branch pipe off the main axis over here, you're going to need to know what numbers need to be done in hidden detail and what numbers need to be done in dark. Okay, and the only way that you can do that is to make sure that you've got the numbering correct on those two auxiliary views. Once we've done that, it's pretty easy. We've got number 1, number 7. Okay, which way is it going? Number 1, number 2 is over there, lining up with that, and number 6 is over there. Number 3 and number 5, and number 4 is at that corner over there. This would be number 8 and number 12, and this would be number 9 and number 11. You can see the lines going across and joining up with the pipe over there. And what we can do from there is I can now start taking lines up. Let's have a look. What is on this side of me? It is number 10. Okay, number 10, I can touch number 10, so number 10 I would be able to see. I take a line coming out from number 10, I look where number 10 over here touches this, and I take a line up. So that point over there would be number 10. Number 11, I can definitely see that as well. It's on my side. So number 11 touches at that point over there, and I take a line going up over here, and I take a line coming across from number 11 over here, and I have number 11. So there's number 10, there's number 11. Number 12, same story. Take a line out from number 12 over here, and take a line up from where number 12 meets the circle over there. Take that up, and I've got number 12 over there. And number 1 would be right up at the top over there, so I can go 10, 11, 12, 1. Right, let's do all the other numbers over here. We have got lines going all the way up there, so I can now go, well, what happens on the other side of number 12? Number 2 would happen on the other side. This is important that you label these points. You're going to need them for when we do the development. Number 3 is on the other side of 11. Number 4 is on the other side of number 10. Number 5 and number 9. Okay, so I've got number 9 over here. There's number 9 and number 5. Please remember to label these. Number 8 be over there, number 8, and number 6. And number 7 is touching over there. Once I've got those in place, I can now put little dots in between. Okay, if I had to do the numbers of number number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those would be on the other side, so it would be done in hidden detail. The numbers number 1, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, that would be done in dark, and that would cover over, in this case, the numbers number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so this line that I'm drawing in here is covering over the parts that would be in hidden detail. That's that done. Right, once we've got that curve of interpenetration drawn in there, the next step is to figure out the development of the main pipe and the development of the branch pipe. You should label it, so do that. And you now need to organize the measurement for the circumference for the main pipe, which is 48, and the measurement for the circumference of the branch pipe, which is has a diameter of 36. Okay, so how do we work that out? We have circumference is equal to 2 pi r. 2 multiplied by r is going to give me d, so I've got pi d, and I can say circumference is equal to pi multiplied by 48 millimeters, and that gives me this 150.79, round that up to 150 millimeters, and I'm going to come in here, I'm going to draw a construction line just going across over here. I'm going to measure off a distance from that corner over there. Note the height of this thing. I should have started over there, just to get that in place. The base of it, and there's the top of it. So I can take those two measurements straight off my front view over there. That gives me the height of the material that I'm using. And I'm now going to start by measuring the length of 150 millimeters. Measure of 150 millimeters. Sorry, 151 I said, 151 millimeters. Bring that in over there and mark that off. And I can then have the piece of material that I would have to cut in order to make that main pipe. Right, this is all done in construction lines so far. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to now figure out where the cut needs to happen. Now, generally we don't cut out of the middle of a plate. You would rather cut from the edges. First of all, it's going to make a shorter weld at either side, and it's much easier to cut from the edge of the plate. So, what do? I've got this point over here. I'm going to call it point A. Okay, so there is point A sitting down at the bottom of my branch pipe. There's A. It's going to wrap around to A on the other side. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take lines coming across from where it's cutting. Here we go. From 7. Going across over there. Okay, I know that point 7 is going to be on that side and on that side. I also know that point 1 is up at the top. I'm going to take that across, and I know it cuts over there, and I know it cuts over there. So there's point 1 on that side and that side. Right, the next thing to do is to figure out where all these other points are, like number 2 and number 6, etc., etc. Right, where is number 2? Okay, there is number 2. It is coming across over here. And on the other side is going to be number 12. So number 2, okay, we'll find number 2 over here, and we'll find number 12 on that side. Let's have a look at this idea. What is the true length distance from number 1 to number 2? Here is a true length distance, or close enough, from number 1 on that line A to where 2 is. I'm going to take that across over here, and I'm going to mark it off. I could take it straight up to that point over there and mark it off over there, and that'll give me point 2. You'll note over here, it's exactly the same distance on this side to where 12 is. Take that to where the line coming out from 2 and 12 is. There's the line coming out from 2 and 12, and that would be 12. I then go to 11 and 3. Take a line out from 11 and 3. What is the distance from 2 to where 3 is? You see that distance from 2 to 3? Take that distance over there. Okay. I need to drop a line down over here from 2 onto that line coming out from 3 and measure that distance across in order to get where 3 is. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to drop a line down from where 12 is, and I'm going to measure off that distance from 12 to 11. There we go. That distance over there. Come over here. 12 to 11. There is where 11 is. Then I'm going to say, where is 4? Take this distance, or this line coming up from 4. I can now say, okay, what is the distance from 3 to 4? Note where I'm getting the true length distance from 3 to 4. I'm going to drop a line down from 3. It's a construction line coming down from 3. Measure that across, and I'll find 0.4. Drop a line down from 11. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for a distance from 11 to 10. There's that distance, the true length distance from 11 to 10. Mark that off over here, and that would be 10 on that side. Right, once I've got that, I then start going 9 and 5. There is 9 and 5, taking that distance across. See what I'm lining it up on over here, taking it across. Okay, let's just make that a bit darker. 9 and 5 coming across there. Okay, 9 and 5, if you look at it, because they are basically in line over here, I can drop a line straight down over there, and I'll have number 5 over here. And if I drop a line coming straight down over here, I'll have 9 over there. If I come over here and I drop a line, or let's just take a line coming across from 8 and 6. There's 8 and 6 coming across. I drop a line down from here. Note 2 and 6 are in line with each other, so that point over there is going to give me 6. I come over here and I drop a line down from 12. Note 12 and 8 are in line with each other, so that would be 8 over there. Once I've got those in place, I can then draw a curve of interpenetration, just doing little dots coming around here, just free-handed around, getting those points linked up. I like little dots, just helps me to see that it's correct. Once they're in the right place, I can then draw a nice accurate curve going through those points and getting that in place there. Same story is going to happen on this side. Sorry. Just dot, 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 up to 10, dot, 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 and I should be able to draw in a nice accurate curve going through those points, getting me, whoops, sorry, I'm not at a very good angle to draw this. There we go. Those two curves should look identical to each other, and I can then finish this off by drawing a nice dark line over there, nice dark line over there, come over here, draw a nice dark line up there, draw a dark line up there, and finish it off at the base over there, and finish it off over there. Sometimes you see textbooks breaking this up into 12 equal parts. Yeah, I don't see the point of doing that. You can if you really want to. Drawing a line over there, take your pair of dividers or pair of compasses, probably even easier. Set them to any distance over here. Mark off 12 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then take your set square and you're going to line it up over there between the end and that last point over there. And you can then slide it back. Let's just get that out the way, otherwise it's going to be a nightmare. There it is, slide that back, drawing a line coming over there, drawing a line going over there, keep it coming back, keeping those lines parallel all the way. And there we go, almost there. And then they want you to sometimes drop some lines down to show where you'd use a press brake in order to make this thing round. But the actual construction doesn't really rely on you being able to do that. So you could draw some lines coming down there. Sometimes center lines are used. Okay, and you can get the picture doing that all the way across. I'm not going to do all of them. Right, there we go. Right, now we're going to look at doing the development of this branch pipe over here. To start with, what are we going to do? We're going to draw a nice little line coming across here. We've worked out what the circumference is, 113, so I'm going to measure that off quickly. 113, there it is on my ruler. Bring that across over here, mark it off, over there and over there. And I can now draw a line going up over there. Let's just get that measurement. There it is. Didn't break the paper enough. There we go. Okay, so that's the length of material to make that 36 millimeter diameter pipe. Where am I going to get the measurements in order to make the pipe? Well, I get them off here. Now you can see that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, going around to 12. Over there, I need to get those same measurements on this pipe. The way that we do that is I'm going to just draw a line coming across the top over here, just a construction line, something like this. Okay, and I'm going to do what we just did over there. Take a line, just a construction line coming out over here, and I'm going to mark off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 little pieces over there. Line that ruler of yours up with that end over there. We can draw a little line in, also a construction line coming across there. And you can then take your set squares lined up with that and slide it back. There we go. Make sure that these are very accurate. Can't find this one. There it is. Let's draw those back. Right, once you've got all of those in place, I can then drop lines coming down over here. Just drop lines down from these points over here. Okay, and then I'm going to label them. I'm going to start with number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and coming back to 1. Remember, this is going to turn around and link up at 1. And I can then start taking the measurements, the true length measurements off here. Okay? Note, these lines over here, they're all parallel, which means those are true length lines. There's number 1. I can bring that in there and mark it off. So there is the top of number 1. Number 2, there is the distance to the top of number 2. Bring that across here. There's the top of number 2. Number 1, we said was that distance. I forgot to put it on this side. Remember, it's happening on both sides. So there's number 1. Number 2, that distance is the same as the distance to number 12. So I come across here and I mark off number 12. Number 3, there is number 3 and number 11. Go to number 3, mark it off, and number 11, mark it off. There it is, there it is. Number 10 and 4. Here's number 4 and number 10. I'm just darkening these things in so that you can see them. Number 9 and number 5. There's number 5 and number 9. There we go. There we go. Number 6 and 8. There it is. Number 6. Number 8. There it is. There it is. And going back over here, I've got number 7 over there. Go to number 7 and mark that off. Right, once I've got that, just do little dots in between those. Tick, 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 tick. Lots and lots of little dots going between these little dots, little points. And once I've got that in place, I can then come to drawing this arc over here, just joining all of those points up nice and accurately. And you can carry on going through all of those points. Up there, and down there. And there you go. Once you've done that, don't forget to draw in a line there, and a line going across the base over there. That's it.